Blue Band just tried to sabotage us.
Again.
Yep.
So typical. Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, little mommies. April 11th through 14th. Come see me at the Denver Improv, Denver, Colorado. April 17th through 20th. Crackers Comedy Club in downtown. And then, I don't know if you're into this sort of thing. Do you love your mommies? Do you live in Seattle? Do you live in Portland? May 17th is which one?
Portland.
Come see us. May 18th. Come see us. Go to yourmomshousepodcast.com to buy tickets.
Get your tickets now. I know it's really far out, but the tickets have been selling pretty well. So if you are in Portland or Seattle, let's make it a fun night. Comedy, great times.
It's going to be off the chain.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So fun to have us all together. So here's where you can see me. April 4 through 7, I'm going to be at one of the greats, Go Bananas in Cincinnati.
Go Bananas!
Then April 11 through 13, Vancouver, I'll be at the Comedy Mix. The 18th through 21st, San Jose, including one night with Joseph Rogan.
Heard of him.
He will close those out. And then April 24 through 28, Orlando Improv.
Babe, that's a killer month you got lined up.
So, yeah, all over the place, man.
Killer, son.
Come see the God. You know where you can find me. Go to TomSegura.com for all your tickets.
The God. Really, babe?
What's wrong with that?
Guys, a quick trip to the post office is hardly ever quick. You got to drive there, you got to find the parking. It's such a hassle. So do what we do. Use Stamps.com instead. Stamps.com is the quick and easy way to get postage on demand for any business. You can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package using your own computer and printer. Stamps.com will even send you a digital scale that calculates the exact postage you need for any class of mail. You don't need one of those expensive postage meters, and you'll never waste valuable time making trips to the post office again. Right, Tommy? We use Stamps.com.
Every single time. Every single time you guys order something from us, it goes out with a Stamps.com stamp on it.
It's the best. It's the easiest, and you can even call them to come pick it up.
That's the real killer move.
Oh, it's so good. So we want you guys to try Stamps.com today. Okay, right now, use our promo code MOM for this special offer. It's a no-risk trial plus $110 bonus offer. It includes the digital scale and up to $55 of free postage.
That's the move. Get the free stuff.
That is. So don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else and click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in MOM. That's Stamps.com. Enter MOM.
You don't have to send these to Stamps.com, right? You think they want to hear that?
Should I read you that part that I burp?
Well, how can you redo it?
We do it, we edit it. It's called post-production.
Do you think that our advertiser wants to hear that? Do you think so?
You know what, though? I know our listeners want to hear that, so...
Man, yeah, read it again, man. Read that part again.
Okay, well, so don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in MOM. That's Stamps.com. Enter MOM, M-O-M.
Jesus.
What?
I thought Blue Band was enough to deal with. I got belching in the ads.
And don't burp during... Nobody said that. It's not like it says it on here, don't burp.
Do you think they want to hear that in the ad?
I don't know. They're cool. Maybe they like to hear my little flavors that I add. I don't know.
Okay, whatever, man.
What? I try... it's my artistic license, babe. I'm an artist.
That's true.
And you're a fartist.
All right. You ready to start the show? Or
yeah.
What?
Hello.
Well, the first night that he came up to visit me, I took him down to the barn to introduce him to some of my horses and some of the other horses that I enjoyed at the barn. And I took him in and introduced him to my miniature stallion. And I don't know if it was subconscious, I was very nervous and kind of wanted to do the shock factor, as it were. My miniature stallion was dropped and masturbating. When his penis is dropped and he slaps it on his belly, they call that masturbation for stallions. And so one thing led to another and I couldn't resist, so I bent down and started sucking on him. And then he tried climbing on top of me, so the next thing I know, my pants are down and I'm bending over for him, and I'm like, excuse me, I can't resist. And I guess part of me said, okay, either he's for real and he won't mind this, or he's not for real and he's going to be totally freaked out by it and run. Obviously, he didn't run.
This shit is big time!
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Yes, mad.
That's what she said to her stallion. He is mad. That is that's probably one of the most disturbing pieces of audio we've ever used. Thank you.
You think so?
Yeah. A little
What
bit.
about part 2 of that audio? Because I cut it off before you get to hear her sweet husband jump in.
No, actually, I was very tempted at the point to have sloppy seconds. It turned me on. It was so erotic to watch this, and just the whole thing. And it didn't shock me at all. In fact, I was like, "This is pretty cool." I think I found somebody here that might be on my plane here, and it went from there. And here we are, married.
They're like us, babe. They're married now.
Yeah. How do these two find each other? Like, that is a match
Online.
made in heaven.
They
That
find
is
each other online.
actually that's a match made in hell. But
Yeah.
that's pretty
It
particular.
is good that they found each other, though, I guess.
Well, how
right?
do you is that on the Match.com profile?
I like horse fucking.
Right.
I don't know.
I like the beach. I like
No, you
walking.
go on a site for animal fucking, and you find like-minded people. At least that's what I do. You know?
Are they really people? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I have vaginal sex with my miniature stallion. He's not a whole lot larger than most humans.
Oh.
He is a bit bigger, but not uncomfortably so.
Right, because it's a
good.
horse dick,
Right.
in case you didn't know.
But it's a miniature horse dick.
Right.
I like to suck on him orally. And he especially enjoys that.
I'm sure he does.
I have anal sex with the miniature stallion. He penetrates me, and it's pleasurable, but it's not real intense. It's like I said, the pleasure that I get from it is more from knowing how much he enjoys having sex with me. He tends to tell me about it. He talks a lot. He grunts and wickers and
Tells you.
blows in my ear, etc. And that is very erotic to me, more
Wow.
so than the physical sex.
When he's courting me, as it were,
Courting, yeah.
trying to entice me to bend down or kneel down.
I'm gonna throw up. I don't know if
He does a lot of I call it a hubba hubba.
Wow.
He just kind of goes "Brr," and makes this little hubba hubba noise to me. And
I think that's horse for get the fuck away from me, bitch. Somebody please
Or I'm
adopt
gonna
me.
fuck you.
Listen, there's so many things wrong with this stuff, and we can't even scratch the surface in an hour. What do you think a horse cock, first of all, tastes like? Okay, this isn't a human penis that's been freshly showered. This is an animal that rolls in its own feces, maybe is hay. Dirt. Like, look, you've seen a dog's dick, right? And how
Yeah.
disgusting.
And what do those taste like?
Right.
Right.
A horse dick.
Yeah, it's probably not the best tasting dick of all. But you know what? I bet if you asked her, she'd be like 12 pounds of chocolate.
It's the
just
sweetest
this
taste of all.
fresh baked cookies, and then mom's eggnog in the holidays. It's really special tasting.
And then he gets penetrated by the mini horse.
As a favor to the horse. He doesn't do it for himself, you silly goose.
Wasn't there someone that died being penetrated by a horse?
Yes.
Anally, I believe. Yeah, perforated their colon.
That's correct. The
Yeah.
horse penis
Good.
and the thrust of the horse
Right.
killed them. Eventually led to the man's death. There was a documentary made about
Oh,
it.
Animal Passions.
No. About that particular case where the guy died.
Okay, but this is pulled from Animal Passions. Am I correct?
I don't know. I don't know if it's pulled from Animal Passions or not.
Well, because in the year of 2008, Eric Lundy and I became obsessed with Animal Passions and the blow up doll one, where the guys are all in love with their blow up dolls. This is one of the documentaries that stuck with me for a long time.
Bob in Nashville sent me this clip, but it's appropriate because I was in Nashville over the weekend with Joe Rogan, and he has a fantastic bit about the man getting fucked by the horse.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's a really, really funny bit. And and then Bob sent me the clip, and we were talking about it, and it's very funny. But those people are very disturbed. I don't know whether it's from Animal Passions or not. If you want to see the man getting fucked by the horse, it's Mr. Hands. And is the name of the video.
Sure.
Or you can also see it. I think it's Two Guys, One Horse. And I think these clips are there in addition to the man getting fucked by the horse.
So wait, I believe there are 2 documentaries about this. Animal Passions you can find on YouTube in pieces. And then there's one called like Zoo or Zoophilia or something.
Yeah, I think Zoo is the actual documentary made about the guy that died, though, isn't it?
I think you're right. And
it's really shitty. It sucks.
Yeah, and to hear these nutbags talk as though it's consensual. Oh, he was courting.
They're delusional. Here's the thing. I'm real behind all types of people's kinks and whatever you want to do to get off.
Yeah.
These are delusional people.
Delusional.
And if you're one of these people, you can go fuck yourself. And I don't.
Wait a minute. We don't want to lose our zoophile.
I don't buy your argument, your freedom to do what you want. Those animals want nothing to do with you. Go fuck a person or fuck yourself or whatever, but don't act like these horses need and want you. Put another horse in front of them. They'll fuck that horse. You're being an asshole.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah. And then you're going to get your colon perforated and you're going to die anyways.
I hope so. I hope this couple has died from being fucked.
And then once he's in, I mean, for every stroke that he does, he makes this big grunting noise. And then when he orgasms, he makes an even bigger grunting noise.
And he tends to like to hold on with his teeth, and I actually have some scars on my back from where he's bitten onto me, just hanging on. They do the same thing with mares when they have sex. And only mares have fur to hang on to. He tends to get a big chunk of skin with me. And that can be quite painful. But usually I don't even notice until after the fact because I'm so caught up in the moment. And then I get up to the house, and Ellie says, "Oh, I see you've been down fooling around. You've got a big bite mark on your back again."
Oh, Tom, you've been having sex with our mini horse again.
I gotta admit, I have been. How much skin is missing from my back right now?
Well, she thinks you're a mare, which is why she's doing it.
I love how much pleasure he gets when he whispers in my ear, I like fucking you. I said, yeah, I like when you get to fuck me, horse guy.
How does this happen? And I still can't get over animal, and they jizz. These animals ejaculate inside of these people.
Yeah, and it's a dump truck of jizz.
Right.
I mean, you've seen a horse cock.
Yeah.
Imagine the horse balls and the horse jizz. It's not a couple eyedroppers.
Negative. It's not a tablespoon even.
It is a fucking shovel of jizz. Wow, just shoveled into you.
It's a hose. It's like, have you ever seen a video that was going around years ago of a woman blowing a horse? It was sent around.
Years ago.
Yeah. And that was one where you see it ejaculate in her mouth and you're like, that
just goes everywhere. Yeah.
Buckets of horse cum. Oh, this is amazing. Yeah. I just don't get it.
I love this horse and this horse loves me.
Makes zero. You know what though? After watching these documentaries about these nutbags, apparently, surprise, they don't feel connected to other humans. Which is why they turn to animals, and they labor under the delusion that the animal is into them.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're delusional. They're you can't tell them to stop doing it because they think it's real. They think there's real.
He loves it.
Yeah, there's real attraction, physical attraction. Speaking of animals and love, because we do love an animal, we're just not in that way.
No. What a wonderful segue, Tom.
Well, how else we get into it? You heard probably a week or so ago when we had Bartnick here. he mentioned that we had a dog, and it was very brief. And it's true, we did get a dog. We adopted a dog from a shelter a couple weeks ago, and we immediately fell in love with this dog. And he is absolutely adorable.
What's his name, Tom?
His name is Theo Huxtable Segura.
Originally, we were going to go with Dr. Huxtable.
Dr. Huxtable, but it became too much of a mouthful, so we call him Theo. He is Dr. Huxtable's son, and he's also our son, and he is fantastic. But here's what we got to tell you guys, because it's been a real roller coaster, and we haven't really had a chance to tell you about it. It just happened all so fast. But basically, we got this dog, and when we adopted him from a shelter, we were told at that moment when they brought him out to us after we agreed to adopt him, they're like, "Oh, he's got kennel cough,"
right?
And we were given some pills. Give him these pills. And good luck, And
right.
We can't even fix him because you can't perform that surgery when the dog's sick.
They were supposed to neuter him, and they go, "Oh, he's 1 year old," and then when we show up to adopt,
like,
"Oh yeah, I know he's 3.
He's 3,
and we can't spay. We can't neuter him because he's too sick to be neutered."
So in a few weeks, come back and we'll neuter him.
Right.
So we go, okay. We take this dog home. He's sweet as could be, and he's sick. We give him his pills the first day. And we notice he's reluctant to eat food, not interested in food at all. Which is so, of course, if you have a dog or know about animals, dogs especially, it's the one thing that any healthy dog would want is just to eat constantly.
And when Bartnick and I we were hanging out in the yard when you were getting the equipment ready, I took a piece of bacon out of my sandwich and put it in front of Theo, and he wouldn't even look at it. And Bartnick was like, "Oh, that's a sick dog." And I was like, "Oh no, Joe, don't say this to me. This is a nightmare."
Well, he was turning his head away from food. All kinds of food.
Ridiculous.
Including bacon.
Yeah.
So we after the pills and he wouldn't eat, we took him to the vet. Right? Took him to the vet, and the vet was like, "Yeah, he's got a cough. It's good you came in. These coughs can really get away from these dogs because they're little. This is a little dog, so Brussels Griffon."
Which they're fucking adorable. You know that movie As Good as It Gets?
Yeah.
Verdell?
Jack Nicholson's dog, right?
Right. Well, it belongs to Kinnears.
Right.
And then Jack Nicholson falls in love with this dog.
Yeah.
So we have the similar, it's 8
Same
pounds,
breed.
Same breed, Brussels Griffon. You got to look them up. They're like
adorable.
Ewoks.
And we'll give you a picture of Theo now.
Theo's the cutest motherfucker on the planet. But anyways, go ahead, Tommy. Sorry, I get so excited.
No. So we're totally in love with this dog. We take it to the vet. We get liquid medication for him to drink. You can kind of just put in his mouth because he won't chew or eat, right? So we give him his antibiotic, and
2 times a day.
2 times a day. He won't eat solid food, so he's only licking food. And here's how he has to eat the food, guys.
Yeah.
You have to put the liquid food, on his face, like below his nose, so that he licks off of his own face.
Yeah.
Because he won't eat, period.
We're force feeding him.
Yogurt, baby food, all this stuff we're just putting on his face.
No. You don't even understand, too. I had to, make it room temperature, the yogurt.
Oh, yeah.
And then put it on my finger, put it to his face, and then eventually...
He'd eat off your finger.
Lick off my finger. And your finger. We finger fed this dog.
Yeah.
For fucking 7 days.
Now, you'd be amazed at what doing that does to you emotionally, because you...
Oh, my God.
You realize that, the dog is looking at... you're the only chance the dog has for medication and food, and plus it's sweet demeanor, so it's like a baby. It's like a child.
But a
sick child. So anyways, a week goes by. We're giving him the cough medication.
Oh, and don't forget the retch.
Oh, God.
The retch.
The cough was
so this is, I don't know if you've ever heard, Google this or YouTube it, but this is the exact cough. Okay, ready? It went...
Yeah.
Over. Yeah. I just hawked a look at it. Over.
It's very accurate, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Over all night.
And over.
It was the saddest sound you've ever heard.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
So we went through this for a week, guys. And after a week, I had left for the weekend. Christina was here with the dog. I came back on a Sunday, He ate some or Sunday or Monday.
Listen, I broke down and I read on the internet, if you feed a dog hamburger, they cannot resist.
Yeah.
So I went to the Albertsons and I went to the meat guy. I got a nice cut of meat.
Yeah.
Hamburger
beef,
meat.
Yeah.
And I made our dog hamburger meat because I'm desperate to get this dog to eat at this point. He
Right.
hasn't shit in a week, by the way. He won't shit. He's barely drinking. He's eating baby food. I put the hamburger meat in front of him, and he finally fucking eats.
And it's a miracle, and we're
It's
like,
a
oh my God.
goddamn miracle.
Yeah.
We're overjoyed. Tommy and I are overjoyed parents that our dog is eating hamburger.
You're
meat.
telling me this while I'm out of town.
Right,
working.
you're with Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is different. This is the week before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
This
is
is
the
how
week
long
before.
we've been dealing with this.
Yeah, this is the week before. So I'm in Virginia Beach at the time.
Oh my
so
God, that's
I fly
right.
back on Monday, and when I get back Monday, I feed him some hamburger. Remember, I feed
Yes.
him in the bed, and he crawls over to it, and we're like, "Oh, this is what a breakthrough."
Yeah.
Well, Monday's the last day of the antibiotic. Tuesday comes around. I'm sitting here. You left to do something. I'm sitting here with the dog, and I'm looking at him coughing. I go, after a week of antibiotic, this doesn't seem right.
Not getting better.
So I call the vet. They say, do you want to see the same vet, which I did want to see?
Yeah.
If you do that, you have to wait till Saturday. If not, you
No
can
way.
see somebody else tomorrow. And I think about it. I go, no, I want to see somebody tomorrow.
Yeah.
They go, okay. So like on Wednesday last week, we go in the afternoon and we take Theo to the vet. The vet's like, yeah, his breathing's not good. We're going to run some tests, run some blood work, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you guys go get a coffee? So we go get a coffee.
I'm gonna start crying even fucking telling this. I swear to God, my eyes are tearing.
I know. We come
can't
back
take it anymore.
and they say, they got him on oxygen at the vet. And they go,
Which is a first, by the way.
right, which is the first. We're like, what? And they're like, yeah, his lungs are no good. This isn't good. So what you guys need to do is first they're like, we're going to give you some new prescriptions.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. By the way, we also recommend you take him to get emergency care right now at the hospital. So I was
Right.
like, how are you going to give me prescriptions and then be like, oh, and go to the hospital right now? So we go from the vet to the hospital.
Right, and not only that, Theo. I'm sitting in the back seat of our car with Theo on my lap because it's close. And
Yeah.
Theo is active. He's like climbing up the window. He
Yeah.
wants to look outside. We roll the window down. He's just a happy little
Yeah.
dog. It doesn't seem like he's that sick, like everybody's saying.
And I'm thinking, I don't know what you're thinking at the time. I'm thinking, I don't have like the best thoughts, but I'm like, we're just going to go get just a higher level of care right now.
Right. Like, oh, someone's going to look at an x-ray and be
Yeah.
like, oh, you need this drug.
Give him, inject him with this.
Yeah.
So anyways, we go to the emergency place. We bring him in. The nurse comes out, takes the dog, and then, we give him the x-rays that they had just taken at the vet. And then they sit us in the room, and the doctor comes in, and he's like, hey, this dog is not looking very good. And we're like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he's got really bad. These x-rays are horrible,
His lungs,
horrible.
Yeah.
And I would say he's got a 50-50 chance of making it. And we're like, what?
What? Yeah.
And we both break down crying uncontrollably. And the doctor really doesn't give us very much hope.
No. And the best part is that as we're crying, as we're like, I'm sorry, like we just went from taking this dog in a car ride and like, oh, look at Theo, to your dog is probably going to die. And then he hands us a do not resuscitate form.
Yeah, well, he recommends,
Which
said
is-
this dog is so small
Oh my God.
that I would say it would be more traumatic to try to revive him if his heart gives out. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Crying.
we tried to look at him and we couldn't even handle that. Anyways, we leave there, guys, and we
Oh
just
my God.
are a mess. The whole day, I had plans. The day's shot.
Gone.
We just go home.
No. First of all, we cry. I cry in the parking
Oh,
lot.
yeah, me too.
Because you have to run home and find a credit card that we can put
Oh, yeah.
the enormous fucking amount of money
yeah.
that it's going to take to save this dog for 48 hours.
Yeah.
First of all, if your dog ever gets sick and goes to the ER,
It's crazy.
Just give up. Just tell him to put it down because it costs so much money.
No, don't say that.
No, you know what I mean. It was like, okay, well, let's find. Anyways, this is another story, but it was a fucking shocker. It's a lot. I don't know. It was like
it's an extraordinary amount of money to
it's
do
ridiculous.
This. It's thousands of dollars. So, and that's like the initial. They're like these thousands of dollars are for 48
hours.
An estimate. And we're like, okay.
And here we are, just newly attached to this amazing dog, and I'm in the parking lot crying. Tommy comes, you pick me up, we get in the car, both of us break down.
So, anyways, we give them a payment.
Oh my god!
Then we leave, expecting the worst, and we. Oh, there's FIFA right there. There's Theo. He's sneezing for our listeners. So as you can see, the story has a positive outcome. Anyways, a couple of days go by. We still don't know. They're just like, yeah, he's hanging on. Like, there's not really that much improvement. And then,
well, because we can afford 48 hours at this point.
Right.
So what's happened is that we can't even afford it, but we're like, we owe it to this dog.
Yeah, to try
to keep him alive. And Tommy and I, that first day we come home, we're just devastated. The next day we couldn't even visit him. We were so devastated.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
They put him in an oxygen tent and you can't even touch him. It was quarantine. It was so terrible. So after the first 48 hours are up, I went back in and I was like, if this is how much this is to keep this dog, we cannot, you have to help me. And so the sweet doctor negotiated with the hospital to lower the rate.
Yeah.
So instead of $1,000, it's $800 a day.
Yeah.
That was her discount until the next morning.
So we just keep going.
Yeah.
And after a couple more days, they see steady improvement.
Thank God.
And they're like, actually, he's improving. And this morning, we were able to pick him up, and he's no longer obviously on oxygen. He's breathing on his own. He's eating like a dog eats.
Yeah.
And we are through the roof about it. It's so awesome.
He's the best dog. He's sitting on my lap right now.
He's
Here,
so cute.
Maybe you guys can hear him. Theo, say hi. Yeah? Yeah? You're the new baby at your mom's house. He loves it. This is his first podcast. He's very excited.
We love him, guys. And actually, this would be a really cool thing if you could help us out with this. We were talking about...
He farted. He's such your son.
That's definitely my boy. We were thinking about doing
oh my God. Rotten.
A live
Theo.
show, like a fundraiser show.
Yeah.
To help with the cost of this, and that might come together. But I will ask you this, because I don't think it sounds too shitty to ask. Instead of like being like, will you just send us money? How about if you've never ordered something from our store, will you consider ordering something just to help? That would be an amazing thing. It could be a CD. It could be a T-shirt. We have Top Dog T-shirts, the Real Mommies only T-shirts, the Wipe Down collection, albums. Anything like that is going to definitely go towards the Theo Fund, which is, like I said, extraordinary. And it would be great if you can do it. If you can help us out, we would greatly appreciate it. We're not planning on getting a $8,000 dog. So
well, this has been we debated whether or not to even talk about this on the podcast because it really was a gut wrenching week. Sorry, I'm getting even teary. I'm just talking about it. For us, it was very good. I don't know if you've ever had a dog that you've loved and it's gotten sick, but it was a very fucked up week for us.
It was bad.
We had to share with you guys just because it's the truth and it's what happened in our lives. And I don't know, it was worth it. I think it was worth it, right?
Yeah, it's worth every penny, and it was worth the heartache. It was worth everything. This is the best. Yeah. The best day ever was today, bringing him home today.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
A crazy, I think, life-changing event. So he's here and he's alive and he's happy.
And now he eats like a lot.
Yeah.
Everything you put down, he's like, and you're like, oh yeah, that's how a dog behaves. So he's eating awesome. and he's just the best companion. So we love Theo. We wanted to tell you the story of him and tell you what happened and tell you just how difficult it was, because it really was. And that's that. So now you know the truth about Theo.
There you go. And if you ever adopt from an LA County shelter, make sure your dog is healthy because they kind of duped us a lot.
Yeah, they kind of duped us a lot. But look, you know what else this experience has actually, this 2-week experience has showed me. I grew up with dogs in my family, but this connection is way different for me than any of those dogs.
Yeah.
I feel like these 2 weeks, it's funny how an experience can give you perspective on something. The 2 weeks with Theo, I finally understand when people who like are, talk about their dogs like children and and you're like, what a fucking crackpot this person is. Like, no, I get it now.
I know.
And I needed this experience to understand the effect that animals have on certain people because I'd never had it have the effect on me before.
No, me neither.
I've always enjoyed the dogs that my family has had growing up, but they were just like there, and I was like, oh yeah, I love that. He's a sweet dog. Yeah.
But to be me too. We grew up with dogs in our house.
Yeah.
But to be responsible,
that's what it is
for the life of a dog is extremely different.
It's because this is the first time where I'm the adult getting the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're like, oh my God, I'm the only thing keeping him from death's door. And he was on death's door.
He was literally, it's not like I didn't leave out food for him. It's like this dog was about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and it's scary to even talk about him because, he's not 100%, but he's not on death's door. We have all our medications to give him and, we got to feed him and stuff. And he's just the cutest.
He is the best. Yeah. He's still got fluid in his lungs. But he's okay.
Yeah, he's all right now. He's good.
So there it is, guys. That's called, that's as real talk as it gets, man.
Yeah.
That's you know what? You guys went through something with your mommies just now. We went through some real shit.
Yeah, there was no way to avoid talking about it, man.
No. And you know what? When Bartnick was here, I think you and I were still traumatized by it. It was like...
Well, he wasn't...
He was here on Tuesday.
Right. So we hadn't taken him to the hospital yet.
Yeah, but you and I had been up for days with this dog.
Yeah. No, we've been
tired.
Not sleeping.
Yeah,
basically I haven't slept in 2 weeks
because of this ordeal with Theo. Yeah. Little FIFO.
Anyways, we're
back
glad to report that Theo's doing real well. All right.
Yes, and he's here on my lap.
How do you segue out of that? I'm not really sure. But
talking about blowjobs? Is that what we're going to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to imagine that if you've listened to the show the last few weeks that you have forgotten.
You're going to start with the tip of your tongue on the top right side of the head of his penis. You're going to cross over the shaft to the left side of the testicles. Over to the right, cross back over the shaft to the left side, and then you're going to suck.
Whoa. Wow. That might have sounded like a lot, right?
That's a lot.
I mean, maybe if that doesn't ring a bell.
Put your dick between your legs.
Maybe that does.
Huh.
Well, if you haven't guessed by now, that is Angel from the audio clips we played on the show from Angel's Fellatio Secrets. And guess what? Your mommies talked to Angel today. How about that? Here
exclusive
is an exclusive, your mom's house exclusive with Angel, and check it out.
Hello.
Hi, is this Angel?
This is she.
Hi, Angel. This is Christina and Tom from Your Mom's House podcast. How are you?
Oh, fine. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Angel. Hey, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Tom. How are you?
Good. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we are just so taken aback and thrilled by your videos. We've been discussing them on our podcast for at least a couple of weeks now. And I mean, how did you start all this? How did Angel's Blowjob Secrets begin?
Well, this is kind of my story. I started 9 years ago. This May will be 9 years. Mm-hmm. And it all came about with, at the time I was married, and my husband was telling me, man, you give like the best head he's ever had. So I'm like, but I had been practicing for a while with him because I never did it prior to him.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Before your ex-husband, you'd never done it before?
No.
So it's like a gift.
You know what? It was not a gift. It actually was. I learned to communicate because I was so wanting to do it so well,
Right.
that I just kept asking him questions because, everyone wants to be better than the last person. And unfortunately, a lot of men aren't the best communicators. They really want you to just go down and do something, but every man is different.
Exactly.
So I needed to know what would it take for me to please him that no one else did. So he actually started telling me. And then I would make like little names for it. Like, okay, I did this and I make a name for it. And then so on and so forth. And I realized if I do this first, do this second, I get a much better result because it's really not about just throwing him all the way in your mouth all the time. It's just really targeting the most sensitive areas and manipulating those and then adding all the bells and whistles with it, like the saliva with the sounds. So it seems like you're doing a whole lot more than what you're actually doing.
Now, can we... Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, I end up telling my friends what I was doing, and they were like, oh, man, can you show me? So I actually had some friends come. I had some dildos. I said, okay,
We lost her there for a second.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
Blue band.
Such an asshole.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
We got her back. There was a little chat between you and me as we were calling her.
Oh, is that right? Oh, what did we say? What's the one where she licks the balls up and down and back again?
The figure 8 thing. I forget what it's called.
So did the ex-husband come up with it?
I don't know.
hello?
Oh, my God. Did we fix it?
Hi, guys.
I think we fixed it. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so where we left off was that essentially the key to your success with regards to oral sex is that you are an awesome communicator and you knew to do that.
Yes, and I was able to teach other women how to do it as well.
So when you said, oh, okay, so you started, your ex told you were amazing at this, your friends got wind of this, and then you started to have your friends over and show them how?
Yes, I put a class together. The ladies came, and they went home, and they were like, oh, my God, it really worked. And they told their friends, and then their friends told their friends, and that's how it's happened over the 9 years.
9 years you've been at this now.
Yes, 9 years, over 40,000 women in classes, but even more because, of course, the DVD has reached millions. I'm also an author. I open up for comedy shows, erotic shows, so I'm kind of all over the place.
Look at you. This is amazing. Now, we have some specific questions. Now, we watched the video. Mm-hmm. We were, of course, immediately hooked on it. And Christina here tried...
Well, I tried mouth-watering good, Angel, and apparently my husband, he started laughing. So I don't know if what I'm doing wrong here. But what made you laugh, Tom?
Well, here's what made me laugh, Angel, is that when you teach in the video, hey, to get that sound effect, you do it without anything in your mouth, and you go like you kind of go like that.
Right.
Well, she went for it, and she just goes and started and I just started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing.
She thought, but you know what? She's unforgettable, and that's the thing.
That's true.
Wow, true.
And that's the whole thing. Even though because
Angel's good. She knows what she's doing, man.
Amazing. I love her laugh.
I love her laugh too. But that is, and she made a good point with that. You're unforgettable at that point, right?
No shit.
Absolutely.
Some girl goes on your cock. You're going to remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the secret.
All you need to do is do this.
Yeah.
There you go.
sex is still supposed to be fun. You're supposed to laugh. I mean, when you guys are 70 years old, you're going to look back and laugh. Like, you remember when you laughed on my penis? You never forget that.
That's true.
That is one of the... And that's one of the things with the communication. Every man is different. It's going to work for some. It's not going to work for everyone. Some people need to learn to adjust their sound to make it more appealing for him. But I always say, just take risk. Never do what the last chick did. Always be memorable. Have fun. You never know what'll work until you try it.
That's very true. That's actually very good advice. Now, Christina was wondering about, the figure 8.
Yeah. How the heck did you come up with that one? Was that your ex-husband's guidance? That one seems super far out. Yeah.
Actually, actually, that night I was just on something a little freakier. So, he never had a problem with me doing like anal pleasure, orally. So I was doing that, and then all of a sudden he just kind of was moving around, and his legs were spread open, and then I just got really bold, and I was like, "Put your penis between your legs," and he put it between his legs, and then all of a sudden I just started doing all of it. So I did the anus, because on the DVD I don't do the double A. The double A is when you add the anus.
Oh.
Right. So the figure 8 is just the head, the shaft, the testicles, but the double 8 is when you also go around and add the anus. So
you got to do that. That's amazing. The double A.
The double A.
That is amazing.
Yes, and it's just to get his penis erect. So most men have never got head from the back.
Right.
No.
Right.
No, because we
put me on that list. Well, I haven't either.
Well, because Angel, when you say put your dick between your legs,
no, you don't say. You say put your dick between your legs.
Sorry. I couldn't. And then the way you describe it, I couldn't even wrap my brain around it. It took me 3 or 4 times of listening to it to understand even what was happening. Angel, you're an innovator.
That's right. You are the Steve Jobs of giving head, right. For sure.
I have to tweet that. Oh my
goodness. You got it. So can I ask you this? Because of your skills, do you get a lot of requests from dudes like, "Hey, Angel"?
You have to.
Yeah, do they just assume that you're willing to dole these out all the time now?
Yes, you know what? Every single day I get a request somewhere, either Facebook, Twitter, or in person, or email, or something. Especially since the DVD hit the world.
Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, I give superhead, but I'm not superhead. That's meaning I'm not gonna just give everyone some oral pleasure. I am in enough.
So, Superhead, for those of you who don't
know,
right,
good point.
Just because it is kind of like a hip-hop. Actually, you should be explaining this, of all people, as a strong black woman like yourself.
Superhead was a music video hoe who... Yeah.
Artist.
Who got a reputation that she gave the best head, and she was kind of passed around by a lot of rappers and celebrities. And, that
was our son.
That was Theo.
Breathing.
But she became very well known and as the scandalous, dick sucker. And she ended up writing a book.
Yeah, video vixen.
Yeah, and talking about all her sexual exploits.
I think wasn't she with Ray J?
She blew everybody.
Yeah.
And then they, of course, ended up actually talking about her afterwards. They were just it was just a hoe.
Which is unfortunate.
But anyways, what she's saying with that is that, I know how to do it, but I'm not that chick. I'm not the girl.
Yes. And she's not.
And she's not. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Angel, believe it or not, I think she gives a great service to women and men and everybody. So
absolutely.
She's way above that.
Yeah, okay.
I am divorced, and I am in a relationship now. I only do one person who I'm with, because to me it's very personal. I don't even though I teach women how to put a condom on their mouth, because I do promote safe sex, I'm not having safe sex with him because we're, monogamous. So
sure.
I can't do that with everyone, and the fact of my skills, I would have stalkers and people standing outside my house in line. So.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you get hit up by celebrities a lot? I bet celebrities have tried too.
You know what? A few have. No names mentioned. But
a couple of athletes, maybe.
I know, but you know what? It's funny because it's not as many as people would think, because I haven't put myself in a circle surrounding them yet. But I'm pretty sure within this year, it's going to be crazy with them as well. But it has been a few.
Yeah. Well, my birthday's in a few weeks. I don't know how you feel about. Do you like white guys? You ever been with a white guy?
Angel,
I'm pretty sure she's going to do a great job, because I'm going to have to talk to her. I'm problems, she has to get so you have my phone number. Any problems, you could personally call me.
Oh, I
Put me on
love that.
speakerphone, I will walk you or talk you through it.
I love
it.
you.
I love it.
Well, Angel, I love that
You hear that? She's going to walk us through it like in the moment.
You know, so
You know what that means? You have to do the figure 8.
I will try the figure
If
8.
Angel's on
what
the
about the
phone?
double 8?
Yeah.
I can't wait until Oprah has her on
Yeah, that'd be
Super Soul
great.
Sunday, and she's like, "So, tell me about the double 8. How did you discover
How
this?
do you do the double 8 exactly?
I need to do this to Stedman to keep our relationship."
Then you're going to take the tip of your tongue and start on the left side of the head of his penis. Cross over the shaft to the right testicle, over to the left, and back over the shaft till you come back to the right side of the head of his penis, and then suck. Now, the reason why you're doing that is because a man's penis has memory.
You get it.
It's a muscle.
Yeah. You get it.
You promote the time-saving element. You say you can do this in 5 minutes, right? I'm
You
looking
should have an orgasm.
in 5.
You should have an orgasm within 5 minutes or less, and your mouth will never get tired, guaranteed.
What about next year? Maybe developing the 3-minute one. Maybe the next.
Well, you know what? Actually, I have some women who say they can't even get past like the 4th technique, and it really depends on your mate.
Yeah.
But I have 50 different techniques. I have 50. That's just 10 on there.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Now, where can I want to direct our listeners? A lot of our listeners have girlfriends, wives, couples listen to the show. Where should people go to get anything and everything Angel?
Angels with an S, erotic solutions with an S.com. So angelseroticsolutions.com.
Okay.
And on there, they can get my DVD. They can become a member to get a free tip every month. I also am an author, so they can get my book. The beginning of the book is about me. It talks about my life, how I got started, and me as a child, and all the good stuff. And then it goes into 100 questions that both men and women have asked about everything sexual. Oral, anal. On the DVD, I teach painless anal. I teach fantasies, and I also teach how to squirt. In my book,
What? Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Painless
yes,
anal.
yes.
I mean, I didn't even know there was such a thing. So I'll be getting that.
Yes. Anything. Yes. Everything you want to know sexual is in the hot spots on a man's body. Different things you could do to your man or even a woman, because you can reverse it. That will make them lose their mind. Like how you can actually screw the back of their knees and make them have like a great orgasm. It's a certain toe that you can suck that like makes the orgasm even better. It's just so much sexually that people can do. That's not just having sex.
What's a good way to get, like, I cannot get this woman that's sitting in front of me, Angel, to play with my ass at all. Like, I'll clean it. What's a good way to get her? Do I just get her drunk and hit her over the head or what?
Tom, in all fairness, Angel, my husband's a bear. He's very hairy. It's very daunting down there. Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, are you hairy?
Yeah.
Because that is a turnoff for some women.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to shave.
Okay.
You need to just take some clippers, clip it down.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually make it a sexual thing where you're lathered up, and if you trust her enough, she can go down there and shave it. You guys laugh, but once it's nice and smooth, she probably will just dig in.
Okay.
That is doubtful.
All right.
Wow, fair enough.
She does have a pretty big appetite, so yeah, maybe she will.
I'm sure.
I do. But now, Angel, I love what you do to help women understand men's bodies. Will there be one to help the men understand the female orgasm?
Very good question.
Thank you. And female.
Well, I won't have a DVD per se like that. I do have a lot of men like, help us out. Like I said, in the book, I do give a lot of tips for men.
Okay.
How to make your mate squirt, the painless anal. Those are things that men can actually do on her. The hot spots they can actually do on her. The fantasies they actually can do on her. As far as the classes, I always tell women to have that conversation. When you have that conversation with your mate about how to make him, how to please him, he's going to then in turn ask you, because now he's a little intimidated.
Yeah.
Like, you giving this blowjob, okay, am I doing you right? So then it gets to the point where he asks you questions, and you tell him exactly what it is that you like. Most women are clitoral women. They like the clitoris stimulated. A lot of men, they see so much in the vulva. They want to lick your labia. They want to put the tongue in your vagina. Most women want the hood pulled back and lick the click and just get it over with. But, you know, a lot of men don't understand that. A lot of women don't tell them. What they do is just move their vulva in circles and try to get them right on that point instead of just telling them what you want. So I tell, and that's what the thing is. The communication is the best thing. But I'm thinking about trying to do some type of book or DVD, maybe while I'm just discussing, because men are the biggest readers. Unfortunately, they're more visual. They want to see right what it is you're doing. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can communicate this to men. For all the men out listening, the best thing to do is ask her. Whatever you did with Sally is not going to work with her, because every woman is different. Like every man is different. You can't do the same thing you've been doing year after year after year. You're not going to get the same result.
And men, we have a lot of times too much of an ego to ask. You know, we don't want to ask.
Exactly. And this is someone you want to be with forever, and so you want to please them, because sex can get boring when it becomes routine.
Right.
And then that's when the infidelity comes in. That other person could be doing the same thing she's doing or he's doing, but because it's fresh and new, you know, you're excited. So you need to bring those things back. You add wigs, you role play, you know, learn how to chair dance, strip for your man, talk dirty, blindfold each other. You know, it's nothing better than having sex blindfold when you both are blindfolded.
So
because what's happening is that you take away your sight. So now you have to use taste and touch and your hearing and your, you know, and it just makes it more intimate.
So I'm going to have to eat my husband's ass, is what you're saying. To keep this alive.
You have to.
Thank you, Angel. I've been asking for years. Thank you.
Well, I think
so welcome.
This is such a wonderful service you're doing for women and for everybody, and we love your boldness. We absolutely love your attitude and everything that you're doing. So thank you so much.
Not to mention, it's unbelievably hilarious. So you made us laugh very hard.
Yes.
There you go.
Can you believe it? Can you believe how awesome she was?
She was so cool. So cool. AngelsEroticSolutions.com. Check her out, and we'll post her site and her Twitter.
And stuff.
I think her Twitter was like Angels
plural.
Angels Solutions 1. But I went to it, and then it said something UK.
I'll find her.
Yeah.
And also, I know that she does live, she tours and stuff. So.
I bet a live seminar would be fun for a lady and her friends to go to.
She's amazing.
Send your girl and her friends to Angel's seminar. That would probably be a blast. And then you get a great big blowjob when you get home.
I know. I just want to hang out with her.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things for your girl, are you guys happy that spring is finally here?
Oh,
isn't it great? Better weather, sunshine, puts you in a good mood. It's like when you get an unexpected gift. All of a sudden, you feel great. Nothing better than being surprised. Make someone you love feel great. Send giant dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries for only $19.99. That's a 40% savings. Go to berries.com. That is BERRIES. Click on the microphone and type in Mom's House. MOMSHOUSE. For our listeners, we can double the berries for just $10 more. They are absolutely delicious.
They're
humongous,
awesome.
Juicy, out of this world.
Oh, you guys, you're not going to be disappointed.
They're dipped in white milk and dark chocolate, covered with this decorative swizzle. We have bought them for friends. We bought them for neighbors.
Lovers.
And we bought them for lovers and family. It's always a hit. So it looks great, and it's the perfect thing to get somebody, whether you just want to, say I love you, or a birthday, anniversary. You haven't. When was the last time you talked to your mother?
Or maybe
you don't
for
call
Easter.
her every day. Yeah,
maybe
Easter present.
If you're not, you don't live near your family, why not send Sherry's Berries?
It's a great. Sup, Sherry?
That's right.
So here is the only way to get the special $19.99 Sherry's Berries offer. Visit berries.com, BERRIES. Click on the microphone at the top of the right-hand corner. Type in Mom's House. That is MOMSHOUSE. Do not wait. Order now. Thank you, Sherry's Berries. What? And by the way, that's also a great thing. It supports the show, and that in turn supports our sweet little Theo. So if that appeals to you, by all means, that counts. Please order Sherry's Berries.
Please. And Angel's Twitter account is at Angels, ANGELS, Secrets, plural, and then the number 2. So at Angels Secrets 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I see that?
Yeah, take a peek. I think this is the one I saw her at, yeah?
That's interesting.
That's her, right?
That is her. But this is not...
Are you sure?
This isn't the Twitter handle she gave out.
Oh, crap.
It's so weird. You know what we should do? We should just text her. Why don't we text her?
She says it. Doesn't she say it on the recording?
Yeah, but still.
All right. Let me.
Why don't we just text her? Like, hey, what is your Twitter handle?
I'm pretty sure that's her.
I know.
God damn it.
So, anyways, don't worry about it right now. We'll get it up by tomorrow. We'll get the correct one out there.
We will.
But when we get it out there, by all means, please tell Angel that you love her and that you're gagging on dicks all day. So the other day we went to Snooshi.
Mm-hmm. Happy hour. They got some happy hour deals. You get like $1 for fucking a roll or whatever. We were
actually hoping to get told to stop ordering. That was
we ordered a lot. Yes.
Yeah, we were like, let's see if they cut us off.
Right.
And what was going on at the table next to us? You remember?
Yes, Tom. There was a Japanese man and his date, and he was eating and really enjoying it, I think, which is why he was making a lot of sounds.
Chamchogging?
Chamchog. In Hungarian, the word is chamchog, which is this. But it was a little more than that.
Guys, it was so pronounced and exaggerated. It was the most ridiculous amount of chamchogging. And
yeah.
So I was over at Keith's house the other day, and
had him rib.
You know, he got TV don't work. We went out back. I mean, he was just going at it, and then the woman wasn't moving,
Dog farted.
wasn't acknowledging it at all.
No.
Which means that's every meal for her that she gets to witness that.
But the thing is,
you pointed out to me that's a very common thing among Japanese.
Listen, this fart is so distracting. This dog just farted, and the smell is this because we fed him chicken breast?
Of course, yeah.
It smells like diarrhea. I think he just diarrheaed in his sleep. I mean, can you smell it? Can you smell it?
Yeah, I smell it.
Fuck.
It's pretty strong.
So my ex-Chinese boyfriend, he said that is an Asian thing, that Japanese men, it's traditional or whatever to slurp their noodles, and it's to show appreciation for the food. There you go.
But he said Asians, but particularly Japanese?
This is a Japanese thing, yes.
Oh.
This
but he said Asian men.
Chinese are different. He was Chinese, and so he said that the Chinese are kind of grosser. Sorry if I'm offending every Chinese person, but this is from my Chinese ex.
Right, no. We're quoting what he said.
Yeah, Chinese guy, and he said that like the Chinese are like the New Yorkers of Asia. So
I find that very interesting that that's his way of describing it.
Well, because
I get it.
They're rude. They're a little not rude. I don't want to say crasser, harder. They squat on streets. You'll see them hawk loogies.
That's the thing I was going to tell you. I've witnessed from Chinese many times.
Right,
is spitting on the sidewalk, like on the hard.
That's a Chinese thing.
As you're walking towards them.
Yeah.
Spit, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And nobody blinks. Nobody's like, excuse me.
Gives
it's
a
just,
shit.
it's totally normal, right?
Well, and in Korea too. I was in Korea and South Korea a few years ago. I do think I heard the men doing that stuff too, like slurping and actually they chew with their mouth open, like the chamchogging thing too.
Yeah.
But the women are not allowed to. The women aren't even allowed to drink alcohol in Korea in public. So I don't know what's up with that. But it was mortifying because they also had a bad DVD playing of Pink. They were playing Pink, remember?
That's right. They were playing. It's so funny the way certain cultures love certain musicians. I know. Germany famously held Hasselhoff to this, like up on a pedestal, right? Where like that's where you can tour and make millions.
Yeah,
they love him. And there's certain, not that Pink isn't a successful act, obviously,
She's
all over.
super talented,
but you could
yeah.
tell that they hold her to a different light. Like they were like, how dope is Pink?
And
we're
they
like,
played it on a
yeah.
loop.
On a loop, the DVD, and they're like, this ended? Hey, man, press play again.
play.
Yeah, because that shit was amazing. Here's the thing I want to ask our listeners, though, because I'm always fascinated by different cultures and behaviors. You know, I have some insight into Latin cultures and Spanish and the way certain people behave, like what is typically Latin, you know, from the way that Latin people are always late to everything, and things start late. So you would never have like a party in wherever, Peru or Chile or Mexico that's like, oh, come at 7. You know, that would just,
And
if
then
you said 7,
Yeah.
everyone would be there at 9:30.
9:30?
Oh, people would be at least an hour and a half late. Yeah.
That's so rude.
But that's the thing is it's not considered rude. It's
So you're like, my party starts at 4.
that's what you say.
And
Yeah.
then everyone comes at 8.
That's exactly how you do it. Wow. You know, the people are just way more. They hate when you're not expressive. You know.
Oh, your mom does that. Charo.
Yeah.
Charo. They have a grapefruit tree in their backyard.
Yeah.
And I always get the grapefruits and eat them. And she's like, ugh, how can you eat this? And I go, but I like this. But do you love it? Yeah, okay, I love it. But do you love it, or do you just love it? You have to love it,
You have to
love
really
it.
love it. Yeah.
Yes. She won't let you just love it once.
And nothing is more insulting to her than if you say something's good.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Or it's okay.
She goes, you hate it if you say good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all that's, I mean, and then like on the grosser side, I can't really think of a Latin one. I remember the thing that stood out. If you have any listeners in Spain, will you please tell me whether or not this is some shit? Because I noticed this for 6 months. Everybody and anybody picked their nose in public. It was
the Spaniards.
everywhere. Subways,
Really?
but look, and it wasn't like a thing where I noticed like, oh man, I saw 2 people pick their nose today. It was like for 6 months,
Wow.
every day.
It's my kind of
I
town.
noticed everybody picking their nose.
Wow.
And of course, we would talk about it as the Americans. They were like, dude, what is up with nose picking? And so if you are Spanish, if you have family there, please let me know if this is a common thing. And also share with us any of your cool, you know, stories of your culture.
You know
or whatever.
what?
I love this shit.
You know what Hungarians do? When Shawnee and I went to Hungary,
Yeah.
senior year of high school,
Mm-hmm.
Hungarians love to stare.
Oh, really?
They just fucking stare. Do you hear that? That's
Yeah.
our dog
Yeah.
coughing.
He's-
Is he
yeah.
dying right now?
No, he's not dying.
God damn it.
He's not dying.
No, but I'm so worried that he's going to be
not.
sick again.
He's
I can't
not.
take it. They stare at you, and there was a man one time in McDonald's. Shawnee and I were in there, and he ate an entire Big Mac in 3 bites, and he made eye contact with Shauna the whole time. I was like, oh, it's so fucking weird. They love to stare, Europeans. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's very, very weird. Yeah. Very
You hear
weird.
that?
Yeah, of course I hear it.
That's your son.
I know. All right, you're freaking me out.
The
man.
Hungarians smell bad, too.
Really?
I'll take full credit for that. Okay. You hear that?
No, I don't hear it.
Well, it's killing me.
Well,
I
then
don't know
do
what to
something.
Give him mouth to mouth or something? Okay, he's still breathing. He's looking at me.
Yeah, he's fine.
I know, but that
He's getting
sound
over
was
being very sick.
appalling.
I know. Well, look, if you have anything interesting like that, I would love to hear it. Personally, just me. Just make it out to me.
You know what I heard too? Shawnee told me.
What?
In New York, the Puerto Ricans leave their chicken bones
Chicken
everywhere.
bones on the street.
Is
Yeah.
that, I wonder, because when we went to Puerto Rico, we didn't see chicken bones everywhere.
That's totally different Puerto Ricans, babe. Those are the more civilized ones. They live in Puerto Rico. The ones that come to New York are absolutely out of their minds, and it's not at all the same thing.
You know, when you're Puerto Rican, you're just Puerto Rican.
It's different. See?
Oh, I got you. All
Now
right.
you get it?
I got it.
Look, and here's the big exciting news. This weekend, it is official. Charo and Tom are coming.
Oh!
And they're going to do the show. You guys have emailed us so many questions that I've been kind of separating some and going through them because there's no way I can ask them all these. But I really do appreciate every email. Any email you want to send us, by the way, you can always send us to yourmomspodcast@gmail.com. That is yourmomspodcast@gmail.com. please send us anything you want to say, and we will do our best to get back to you.
I cannot believe they're coming here.
They're coming to do the show, and it's going to be. I'm so excited. I'm personally just very, very excited about it.
Me too.
So we are going to wrap this up. We got to get going. We have a big day tomorrow. We got to take care of our son. Please visit yourmomshousepodcast.com. That is yourmomshousepodcast.com. Check out everything that we have up there. Keep up to date on where we're going to be live. And of course, visit our store. Please get something if you can. Our son is making loud breathing noises.
I don't like this.
Okay, you're making me so insane right now by repeating this.
Why?
Because you keep saying, like, do you hear this?
Because he looks like he's convulsing. I don't know what to do.
Pick him up.
Well, what should I fucking do?
Pick him up.
I can't help him with his lungs, babe. There's fluid in his lungs.
Because I know, that's what I'm saying. You can't do anything about it.
I'm worried if we should take it back to the hospital. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I got to go, guys.
Bank 3C notes. Bank 3C notes. Gotta see. Big six. Tracy.
You know them stakes is high. You talking about stakes is high. You know them stakes is high. We be talking about you know them stakes is high. The instamatic focal point bringing damage to your burrow. Be some brothers from the east with the beats that be thorough. Got the solar gravitation, so I'm bound to pull it. I gets down like brothers are found, ducking from bullets. Gun control means using both hands in my land. Where it's all about the cautious living. Migrating to a higher form of consequence. Compliments of struggling that shouldn't be notable. Man, every word I say should be a hip-hop quote. I'm sick of bitches shaking asses. I'm sick of talking about blood. Sick of Versace glasses. Sick of slang. Sick of half-ass award shows. Sick of name brand clothes. Sick of R&B bitches over bullshit trap. Cocaine and crap, which brings sickness to black. Sick of swole head rappers with they sickening raps. Claps and gaps, making the whole sick world collapse. The facts are getting sicker, even sicker perhaps. I stick a bush to make a bundle to escape the synapse. Man, life can get all up in your ass, baby. You better work it out. Now let me tell you what it's all about. My skin not considered equal. A meteor has more right than my people who be wasting time screaming who they've hated. That's why the native tongues has officially been reinstated. Stakes is high. You know them stakes is high. And we talking about